Check, check. All right, I think I'm live. Title says it loud and clear. I should be doing my homework, but I'm not gonna. So, in my videos, I've been starting to add background music, and I need to write some more. All the background music you've been hearing in my one video, at least, was original. And now, I'm going to write some more original tracks I can use that are just a little less active. And they're going to be nice, chill, lo-fi, a little jazzy. Just my vibe. I think we want an electric piano to get started. All right, let's find one. Oh, I need to pull up chat. There we go. Feel free to join chat. Ask questions. You can ask Dorco questions. You can ask Cubase questions, audio questions, composition questions, any questions you want. I'll do my best to answer. I like this. All right. So I'm thinking about this chord progression, which is just C, to E flat, major 7 to F. Keep thinking. That's to F minor 7. Look, I need to extend my keyboard a little bit. Here, I'll do that. Just need to at least show that C at the bottom. There we go. Do I want to go down that lane? I just need something slower. I'm here at tempo. I think this is it. Okay. Maybe we'll do some, I know we'll do some kind of descending thing. So maybe like a C. I like that. I think that'll be cool, like, because that might be my verse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, turn around. Yeah, well, actually, make this 108. Cool, nice and simple. Now, I think the second chord is actually G minor. Sounds good. And we're going to actually move that to ba-da. Yeah, that's cool. Okay. Let's adjust the starting of this. It's easily loopable. We'll make sure this all ends together. Oh. Okay, there. Nice and simple. Sounds good. We'll do this 4 times to make something out of it. So now, I'm going to turn my metronome off. And we're going to filter this. We're going to compress it way too much. I think it needs a little crunch. I think I can add that from the instrument. No. Okay, let's then add some grunge or dirt. Maybe even almost feeling like a guitar amp could be cool. Alright, let's work with this. I think we can get the result we want. Maybe. Where is this? I think this is. Just adds a little dirt. It kind of sounds nice. And now I want to like sweep it. Yeah, I like that distant sound and making it sound like it's going through an amp. There's a nice quality to it. Let's work with drums. Not groove agent. We want battery. Alright, drums. I like that. Let's work with this, see what we can get. cat started looking straight up to the sky. Cats are creepy. Alright, I'm liking this so far. See how this pattern fits over this whole thing. Don't like this. Get rid of that. Now let's loop it, see how it sounds. So we need a just like really fat reverb send now. Let me make that. We'll stick with that. Cool. Let's add some auxiliary percussion. And what am I feeling? I have my usual shaker setup I like to use. It's never let me down. I can run it through all the effects I want. I'll pre-run it through some reverb. What this sounds like. Okay, I like that. Let me give it a shot. One more take. That was quite bad. 2, 3. Okay, definitely got what I wanted in that. Let's try to take this 2-bar loop now, apply it to the whole thing, see how we like it. We'll run through some effect processing. So it starts to rush towards the end, so let me actually do this. Yeah, this one didn't rush as bad. So what we're going to do, or maybe it did. So that sounds in a 2-bar loop. Sounds good. That's what we want. Now we need some delay because delay sounds great in this. I'm going to put an auto panner on this. Auto panner sounds great. Now I'm not really fond of that top. Just get rid of that. Don't need it. Now let's add some bass. Let's see if there's a synth bass we can work with. I think that would be cool. Not that. Okay, I think that might be the play. 2, 3, 4. And we're going to use some pitch bends. Let me move this up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, pitch bend. Sounds pretty cool. I think we need just a tiny bit more length on that. In the separation. need to go up an octave, I think. I think that sounds cool. Let's extend that, make that shorter. Definitely. Well, I like that. So now this chord needs to be a little more on the swing grid. So now we'll bounce this, make it a track. I think that can have a little more length. Bum. I think we could put it right there too. F down the octave. I'm just going to run this through some kind of rough master bus. And we're going to put a hard limiter on this. I think the panner, the auto panner on the shaker is moving a little too fast. Can I not make this slower? Oh, you can't custom set it. Why am I not hitting that? I'm doing something wrong? Okay, let's just made that earlier. Here's this cane. I'm just trying to hit the compressor. I'll pull it down here. Okay, this is a really quiet signal. I think it's mostly coming through on the reverb. That's really funny. We won't mess with that right now. Now we need some kind of light pad sort of element. I'll just use, this is my favorite, Monopoly. Give it a shot. Not that. Ooh. I keep messing up. 2, 3, 4, 1. Almost what I want. 3, 4. Wrong inversion. 2, 3, 4. There's now a cat on my chair. We want that to be straight. So those are pretty subtle. We're going to boost and compress this so we can keep it soft, keep the velocities. I have a weird, awkward, uneven form. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I just kicked my cat. So let's take this piano and just transform it. Let's make something cool out of it. What if we do? Alright, that already sounds pretty cool. Let's keep looking. How far can we go? Well, definitely gonna throw a reverb. I'll give this its own reverb. Dynamics. There's some dynamics plugins I haven't used. What if we do like almost like what happens if I did try to pitch correct it? What's this? Ooh, that's pretty nice. Okay, we're going to compress. Let's put it with some context. Kind of pretty cool. That sounds like those analog horror YouTube soundtracks. Right. Without the shaker. Oh, the procrastinating is pretty bad. It's pretty bad right now. Basically, like midterms wrapped up, and for some reason I got moved up into teaching like a whole ton of classes, but I'm still a full-time grad student. Now I just don't want to do my homework. Don't want to do my homework. So if you watch my last video, I started using music in my videos, and I think some of the best tracks in there were the ones that were pretty laid back. Didn't mean to hit the piano. Pretty like lo-fi, just my vibe of music that's not big band music. And I'm writing some more because all the music I use in my videos is all original. And now I'm just doing this little turnaround. Except I keep messing up. Kind of nice, a little aggressive. Let's turn down. Nah, I don't like that there. All right, let's listen to the whole thing so far. I'm gonna swap out that snare. pushed you. So I was thinking one of my next videos I have planned, because I have a big long list of what I'm trying to keep up with. Excuse me. Is doing the exact same thing, except using one of my existing big band tunes and then remaking parts of it and showing the process. What do you feel about that? Would that be helpful? I like both of those ideas. Don't know how accessible guitar is right now. I suck at guitar, actually. I don't want the internet to see me play guitar. So we're going to go with a clav. See what we can fit in. But we have to remember the vibe. It has to be something I can talk over clearly in my videos. So let's try it out. Looking. I will definitely get on that big band video idea then. I'm also going to do a quick one on playback using the atomic horns, which I think I have them here. Yeah, so I got these recently, and I haven't used them yet. And I'm deciding to load it now. Let's see what happens. Please don't crash. Do you have any cats? The tone's nice. So this is a very interesting program, because what it does is you actually shift it by 4 beats, and then it will read the notes that you have on the page, or in my case, if I'm working in Cubase, my expression that I set it to, and it will actually perform it like it's a person. So video is going to be on that. Very cool. So I'm just finished. So cats used to. I just have 2 of them sitting on my desk right now. No. So right now, obviously I have a green screen up behind me, and they're freaking out. They don't know what to do about it. I've had it for a month now, and they can't handle it. Pull up this clav. I'm also going to be streaming these streams that I do in Cubase. Many people don't enjoy them, or not that they don't enjoy them, they just don't want to watch them. But the live streams I do in Dorico, people really enjoy, so I'm going to be doing some of those next week. So I would actually venture to say they're not too different, because I'm just one of those guys that buys every single license of software there is, because I love computers. I built my own computer that I'm working on, and I can use all the DAWs. I use Pro Tools, I use Studio One, I use Cubase. When I had a Mac, I did use Logic. I've used Reaper. I've used Reason. What else? Ardor. Yeah, all the options. And Logic and Cubase have a lot of similarities in thought process, but the real trick is just the layout between the two. And Cubase, the best feature in it, by the way, is very audio. Highly recommend you take advantage of that. I think it puts Melodyne to shame. All right, clav. Let's find a clav. Use something. These are a little too aggressive. Let me check out both the non-Mac options. Yes, definitely. In my opinion, I think Cubase is the best for mixing. I do mastering. Sometimes in Cubase, I do it in WaveLab, which is the partner software. But I will say, interestingly enough, just from my experience, Cubase and me have had some unhappy stability moments. I will say that's because I was on Windows on a built PC. and I actually use Studio One for all my recording purposes. So like, any also because there's 5 licenses available. So I work at a studio where I live, and I install Studio One on there, and I do all my tracking projects in there. Then I'll stem everything out and put them into Cubase. I'm do recording Cubase when I'm at home, but I also been doing some projects. Like the other day, I was recording a community orchestra in a church, and when I set that up with my DAW to be tracking them live, I'm actually using Studio One. Um, but I think both are great options, and so is Logic. And the reason all of them are great options is because they have perpetual licenses. Subscriptions are scams. Don't get a subscription unless they like really offer something. That means don't get Pro Tools. Not a fan of Pro Tools. Okay. So I'm going to do some effect processing. I'm going to see if this fits. The texture is just a little harsh, so it's kind of a cool challenge. How does this fit? Is this a texture we can use if I'm trying to make something that's a backing track? I'm going to roll that off. I'm not going to roll it off that hard. So haven't actually bought it yet. I was considering actually doing like a software review about it. I just don't know if that's something my general viewers would want to watch. And I think there's nothing wrong with it. And I like the way they preserved. Their pricing structure, because they did switch to like mainly subscription, which does have added features that a lot of users would want if they are maining Studio One. I personally just use it for the audio capabilities, so I don't need that. So I would opt to buy the perpetual license. And it has some cool things like the clip launcher, because I've never been an Ableton guy. I've tried. I can't do it. Studio One splits the difference for me, and I think it's pretty cool. Studio One also has a full mastering suite and show performance thing, just like VST Live that Steinberg has. And it's honestly a fully awesome, like, capable ecosystem. And I think most of the quirks, and this is my opinion with like all the people switching over to Dorco from Finale, a lot of them will get in there, and including one of my good friends I work with at school. He was like, Dorco is the most unintuitive piece of garbage. I'm like, I see why you think that, but you just have to like rethink. It's because really it's just the key commands. They just have all this muscle memory. If I were to like suddenly give a trumpet player a trumpet where the first and third valve are switched, they would say this is the most unintuitive piece of garbage on earth. But if they practice it for a month, they could do it. It's one of those things where it's like that. Just knowing the key commands and the general structure, that doesn't determine a program's worth. And yeah, Ableton, not for the composer. I do enough cue writing and stuff where, in my opinion, that's where Cubase is the software you have to use if you do any sort of media composition. Let's get this clap doll. Yeah, I also came from Sibelius. I think like I'm so old now, like 3 or 4 years ago. And the thing that pushed me over the edge, two things. Cues, working with drum cues is just so much more intelligent in Dorico. It like when I'm writing my big band score in Sibelius, I used to write the whole thing and then basically take a whole freaking day to make the drum part, and it would still look like garbage. Versus in Dorico, I write it as I go, and then it's fully formatted and done. Also, their perpetual license, they don't have that anymore. They have subscriptions. Subscriptions are scams, especially if it's coming from Avid. And then, also, it had so many bugs, I kind of got sick of it. Very cool. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about buying complete 15 now. I have complete 12, Native Instruments complete 12. Yeah, drums. It's interesting if you're looking on the Facebook forums. I would say most of the posts you see talk about, oh, well, Dorco isn't jazz first. And in my head, I'm like, it's literally the only software that has any features for someone who works in jazz and commercial music. Literally the only software. Finale, I was talking to one guy I know who's like a very established composer, and he was like, well, yeah, well, Finale, I would just add these third party plugins. I'm like, that means Finale can't do anything. All you're doing is like bloating the software. That's what Dorica has going for itself. But I'm very glad all these people are joining because it'll only make it better. I'm all for improvements. Yeah, subscriptions. I'm officially out of all subscriptions except my OneDrive and Microsoft Office, but it's only $7 a month, and I use 900 gigabytes of it, so I get my value's worth. Um, yeah, it's the drag and drop. It's weird how hard my opinion has shifted on drag and drop, because that used to be something I would say drag and drop. I'm like, oh, that just makes sense. Look at it, drag and drop it, and then all of a sudden I started to like get gigs where they're like, hey, can you make these arrangements in like one day? I'm like, I cannot drag and drop this crap. I have to like learn, even in Dorico, even in Sibelius, I would still have to learn the key commands. So at that point, I'm like, what's the difference? There was one guy in my comments, he was understandably frustrated. He was a Finale user, but he was just like, if you like key commands so much, why don't you use Microsoft DOS? And I'm like, I use Linux on my laptop, so let's go. I think I think the whole drag and drop era is dead in general. Because think about it. Think about the most drag and drop interface with computing. That's touchscreens. And I think Apple proved it that touchscreens are dead for productivity. That's why I've had multiple comments of people saying, should I get the iPad app? And I tell them, unless you plan to do some basic tasks on the go every single day, I think it's a waste of money because you would be better off just lugging around a laptop or, a MacBook Air and setting up and just finding a comfortable spot. Because that's my proof that key commands are here to stay, because Apple said we will never put a touchscreen on a Mac, and they didn't. So I'm going to try to give this like a line. Exactly. You know what iPads are great for? They're great for sheet music, and they're great for Netflix. That's about it. Let me see if I can fiddle with this tone a little. Oh, okay. I can't pick pickups. Oh, wait. I didn't know this existed. Do you like this? So it's like a palm muted clav. That's the coolest thing I've ever heard. I'm just turning knobs till I hear things change. All right, we're gonna make a bigger deal out of this. Yeah, that's so I have like digitized I have all the digitized real book. They're just PDFs and all my scores, and it's very nice. So you'll think I'm weird, And feel free to mock me because everyone does. I don't use any Apple products. To the extent I actually use an Android tablet, a Samsung tablet, of a Samsung phone. I use Linux laptops. I use Windows PCs. I have a Samsung watch. No. The clav, this palm mute is really interesting me. I'm just trying to make a sound out of it. I agree. So here's the thing. I would say PC for everyday use and even Dorco use is no different than Mac. Just straight up, there's no difference. It's just preference. When it comes to like professional audio work, the drivers on Mac are better. They are simpler. They make sense. Core audio is a better solution than anything Windows has to offer. But I'm also like a huge computer nerd, so I have a super special interface. I have an RME interface, and it costs me way too much money. My latency is like under 1 millisecond. It's ridiculous. It's just gold. And I prefer the flexibility of just Windows. I hate animations. And the only way, I always tell this to people, Mac OS to me feels like I'm using a leap pad. It's just a little too colorful and happy and pretty. I'm just like, let me do work. I'm seriously the type of guy where if, like on Linux, if I can pull up a terminal, I will. But that's me. You can mock me. It's okay. Yeah. Like round trip 1.7. If you want a full in-depth description of my setup, I'll give it to you right now. The cat's moving my mouse. Suspiciously, the clav stopped making sound. So let's cat, you gotta move. The clav stopped making sound. Let's delete the clav and reinsert the clav. And I need to add a lot of reverb to that. The EQ needs to come first. I grab control of these by just compressing the crap out of them. That's kind of funny. It's pretty cool. And I just want to tame this a little to bring out. Let's try this. That's pretty cool. Something like that melody. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Feel free to ask Cubase questions. I would say the number one thing you have to learn to love about Cubase is this channel strip. Just gives you easy access to all the things you need. And it's instead of having to insert like a specific plugin or insert a template, you can just kind of grab them. And you can also change their position, their processing signal chain position to before or after your inserts. And it's very important you do that. Most people don't realize you actually have to do that in Cubase, and then they're actually processing everything backwards. I would say by default, I like my strip to go first, then my inserts, but by default, it's the other way around. I'm sure you can change that in settings. So I need this to sound really, really natural. Yeah, processing. What's another good key tip? Oh, so I have an ultra wide monitor, which means many things are off my screen. I'll show the full screen. Over here is the control room. This is really useful for monitoring and metering, especially if you live stream like me. It lets me send 2 audio sends at once, different places. One in my headphones through my SIO driver. One hits this intermediary mixer I use to send things out to OBS. Go. That's what I want. And because I like the idea when you said palm mute guitars. Like I clearly went palm mute guitar. I don't want to pull up my guitar. Now that I know this muted clav exists, I'm going to use it to death. That's a little too aggressive. Let's pull that chord down. I'll just take the melody out during these chord things. Okay. Now I'm going to write just thinking way ahead, and then I'll fill in the rest because again, this is ambient music. Where can we go just to break it up a little? Also, I need to fix my drum groove so it actually lines up the form because it's an odd number. There we go. Let's change these chords. Get rid of the bass. I was happy with my bass decision. Not using an electric. Too out there. I need something slightly out, but pretty subtle. I'll thin out the texture here. So maybe I'll do get rid of the snare. Sometimes I don't think about the arrangement enough, but it's always a good idea to do that. Add my C hit. So now this will just end on a single. Cool. That is great transition material. That was really loud. I apologize. All right. Don't like that extra so bound, but ooh. I see what I'm missing. I need to add a da 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 in the bass. And that's my loop. Like that. That'll let me build up the texture. I can start building it off of that. So maybe like a... I need some kind of open harmony, I think. I'm just like almost outlining. That's not what I meant to click. Almost outlining the 4. Make this a very slight arpeggio there. Pull it down. I like my velocities to match. Too hard. And I'll actually even make this like fade in. Cool, that's what I'm looking for. Make it end at the right spot. We'll actually comically push that up. Give it a little shape. Cut really fast. Okay. And I said I'm going to change that snare to a like a rim click. It depends. So it depends when I want my velocities to match or not. It depends how human this is supposed to be. And with this track, I think I'm making some tracks very human, especially like the clav, whereas other tracks are very not human, like program drums, program bass. And this thing, really I made an effect. It sounds pretty cool. And let's do... Okay, we gotta fix this snare because I don't like it. I honestly don't like the drums at all. There is a way, I'm sure you've used it in Logic. You can do like humanizing velocity and stuff. It's very useful automatically without having to do it. So yeah, I don't like this drum kit. No, we're just gonna keep filtering through these. Hopefully none of them. Honestly, I'm gonna end up just going with an 808. I love battery. That has to be so obnoxious. I like that one. This might honestly just fit the vibe. Nah, I'm an acoustic. All right, we're gonna find that acoustic sample. Oop, not my YouTube. Hopefully I didn't just leak something. I have nothing to leak. I don't even have 1,000 subscribers yet. I'm looking for all my samples. Navigating to all my samples. I very much appreciate you watching the stream because these streams usually get no viewers because they want Dorco. And I love Dorco. And I have some big band tunes I'm working on. But I need background music for my videos. I appreciate myself for making my own background music because that means it's free. I'm only paying with my time. Samples. Drums. Snare. Alright, here's my horribly messy file explorer. Hopefully there's nothing on there important. And I love how that didn't play. Where is VLC player? The VLC player is freaking out right now. Hold on. Did you see? I'm just curious how you saw my stream. Did it show up on YouTube, like on your homepage? I'm just trying to learn how to game the system a little bit. Why are these not playing? And why is there a cat sitting in front of my monitor? Can you move politely? There you go. Okay, cool. I'm interested. It showed up. All right, so we will loop these drums. Loop this section. I'll just let this groove play. Oh, not what I meant to click. Play over and over and over again. Where's my loop? I swear it's missing. Oh no, I just haven't. I've been using Studio One so much, I forgot what the loop button looked like. That's embarrassing. Very cool. Yeah, it's so. My opinion on my Dorco content is I typically show people things that they need to hear. Because in Dorco, the hardest part about Dorco is sometimes you don't even know what you need to do to achieve something. And that does make the software hard. That's because everything is in the menus. But ultimately, that means it's a better experience overall because you can set one thing once and it will apply to your whole score. You can save as templates. And then all of a sudden, if you write a lot of big band tunes, you never have to format again, like me. But that means the existing tutorials for Dorco, like the Steinberg made ones, are very good, except you have to already know what you're looking for to reference them. So that's what makes it a little tricky. So that's a rim shot. Let's find some other rim shots. I kind of like that. Give me an example of what keyboard shortcuts you're talking about. Like something you had to map. Because I will say, I personally have not run into anything except two things that normally don't have a key command anyway, which is the remove rest function and the paste explode option, both of which I map to my MIDI keyboard because I have some buttons. But I'll say everything else. Okay, there is a /region shortcut. So Here's the catch. Here's the catch. Is a slash region is part of the popovers. They want you to type Shift R and then type slash. But you and me use slash notation way more than the regular Dorco user. I also have that mapped. So, but it is all about the popovers. But you know what the jump bar is? Do you know what the jump bar is? So anytime you need any, I'm going to pull up Dorco. So everything is actually extremely easy to find in Dorco, but you have to know this one simple trick. There's my next thumbnail. So I'm going to open the solo canopies. So yeah, the popovers is actually something I sucked at until I started making these videos, just straight up. And that's because as you guys are learning, I'm learning too. The only difference is I have a nice solid foundation in Dorco, so I'm not struggling to like learn a million things at once. I'm just learning one or two here and there. But that means if I do Shift R and then I type, I think I even have an app that'll show my keyboard. And if I type Shift R, oh, it didn't work. Shift R. Okay, you press Shift R, you get it, and then type slash, slashes, J, slash, and now look, we have some options here. Create slash region. And then if you're like me, I have it mapped to my MIDI keyboard right here on number 48. So what's cool about that is, and I'm not necessarily preaching to you, I'm preaching to whoever's going to watch this live stream, because occasionally some people do, is there are 3 ways to get slash regions really, really fast. It's pretty cool. All right. Back to finding the best rim shot. There we go. What about this one? Cubase is frustrating me right now. I kind of like that. I'm looking for side sticks though, really. Okay. Maybe. That sounded identical, but it's okay. Let's just drag. Okay, if you're talking about any of the filters, I think that is the biggest downfall of Dorco right now. I was actually, one of my videos I'm planning, because I'm constantly thinking, is like the top 5 things that suck about Dorco, and I'm just going to tear it to shreds. And one of them is the edit filter. That was the thing I loved the most about Sibelius. And I will say, I just haven't run into the situation where this hasn't been very, it's very, gives you all the things you need, except it's kind of a pain in the butt. Now, I will say, to simplify it, look at this. If I insert some notes, if you right click, you have some limited filter options there. And I'll say these are actually the ones we end up using most, so they're very fast. But guess what's missing? Chord symbols. But if you're doing like notes by pitch, like for example, if you need to fix all your C flats, get rid of them, you can filter here. But I suspect with all the new Finale users coming over, cause I've already seen the feature request that the edit, the filter will get a makeover. And I think that'll be great for everyone. It's basically, I want them to take this and just give it its own dialogue that you can pull up, and it would just be a huge time saver. Or if they could integrate the filter into the jump bar, like what if, and you know, they probably already do this, and I'm going to sound stupid. Like what if you click J and then you put, and I know you can do this where you can put like you can put something in front of there to say I'm specifically looking for this. There's probably one for filter already, and I just sound stupid talking about it. Jump bar Dorco. But it's also one of those things where, like, when I need to use the filter, it's like I don't want to learn how to use it that well because I don't use it that often. And I have a feeling for the edit filter you can assign aliases or something is what I'm reading. But let's keep looking for some rim shots. I don't like this sample pack. We're gonna try this one. Kind of like that. It's a little dry. Ooh, let's try this. Okay, I just need to give that some reverb. My guess is the jump bar has more abilities than we imagine, is what I keep learning about the jump bar. I'm just quickly scrolling through to see if that's true. But yeah, filters. The filters need fixed. Or that's the wrong word. They need revamped. Oh, all right. So I like this. We need to put some reverb on it. I definitely know how to do that in battery. Yeah. The other thing you can do is if you click Shift A with something selected, it will select similar objects that are in view. So I swear it doesn't work that well for me. So I'll try. If I do that and I click Shift A. It's not Shift A because I'm stupid. Control Shift A. Yeah, you see what just happened? You see with that? I clicked Control Shift A and it selected notes because I had a note selected. It doesn't work on rest. Does it work on bar lines? No. So it's one of those features that I think can be revamped as well. Now let's see if it works with chord symbols. If it does, F8, missed. If this works on chord symbols, I swear. I have a feeling it won't. Oh. Dude, it worked. Okay. Control Shift A. And if you're on Mac, that's Command Shift A. I'm going to keep. Oh, yeah, I know. Well, so I'll say I actually usually do chord symbols from this mode. So if you're actually in no input mode and you click Shift Q, just because I like to see the grid, I love the grid. I'm a grid simp. G7. So yeah, you can use the arrow keys or the tab or whatever, or even space. But sometimes it's better to just have the grid open. Then you can also, from that, seeing the grid, you can also do it from there. Is my preferred way, as like the grid. It's really funny. I would say the majority of my mean comments I get are about how stupid the grid is. They make me laugh. It's understandable. Ooh, that's nice. All right, let's try this in context. Way too much. There we go. No delay. as soon as you realize, I would say most people see the grid as a restriction. As soon as you realize that whenever you need to ignore the grid, you can just ignore the grid. It's like, oh, so the grid is like good. The grid is cool. And if you think about it, Finale just has a secret hidden grid behind it. I mean, that's how it works. Like, oh, well, you didn't use Finale. Well, in Finale and Sibelius, they both have a secret hidden grid. The only problem is you can't actually see it, and then what ends up happening is you have to like fiddle around with rest values. Or in the grid, you just say, what are rests? Who cares about rests? All I'm saying is Steinberg better sponsor me. So I'm going to actually make the velocities all the same for those clicks. Because I don't think, or I think they're close right now, but they're not like perfect. Yes, please. What's that Dom guy who does all the Cubase videos? I swear I just want to be him. That's my YouTube goal, is to have my long-term goal, by the way, if you're interested, is get my channel to like 5,000 subscribers, and and then I can just keep making videos. I'm going to be making more compositional type videos, and I'm releasing more big band music. Just trying to get a little community. I hope to present some year at maybe like the Gen conference. All right, so here we're going to shift to a new chord progression now that I'm happy with my drums. I'm enjoying this nice slow process tonight. Check my phone really fast. Got a job offer to teach at a music school. Not like a music school, like a little music school, not a college. It's probably one of those online things that's a scam, like Super Professor. Scam. It's just a scam. All right, new chords. This sounds. What did I just do? I'm almost thinking about doing some kind of slash chord sus thing. Not so bad. 3, 4. Maybe I'll just. Okay, that's a pretty cool bridge. I have a very strong philosophy on sus chords and slash chords, and that's if I have the choice, I will never write a sus chord. I will always write it as the equivalent slash chord. For example, if I wanted like a sus2, sus4, sus6, instead of writing sus2, sus4, sus6, or writing just sus6, leaves too much ambiguity, because maybe the player might only sus the 6 and maybe they leave the third in, because I've had that happen, and technically they're not wrong, but I'm just like, whereas I can totally clear that up by just saying like A minor 7 over G. So much easier. No ambiguity. It means it's sight readable, and that's why I live for slash chords. I teach that in my jazz harmony class at West Virginia University. I think I'm looking for a different sus chord there. No, slash chords are so much easier. I was actually just doing a lecture about like pedal points today, and I was like, slash chords is all about making complex chords and writing them out the simplest way possible, if you think about it. Because it doesn't always have to be a pedal point. For example, like this chord, I imagine would sound really cool. Let me think. I need a regular piano. I can't think with this thing. Let's get one. Piano. I immediately play the most disgusting thing, I realize. So this is just an A major 7. Nothing special. Or I guess an A major 9. But what if I do something cool like this? That sounds so cool, right? But what would you call it? Because if you're looking at it, A's in the bass, and then I have a B flat, a D, an F sharp on top, and an A. Like, you could call this, I guess, like a sus6 flat 2. Yeah, it's just a B flat over A. And if you want to be more specific, it's a B flat augmented major 7 or a B flat major 7 sharp 5 over A. All that's so much simpler than writing like some kind of weird convoluted A chord. Just write a slash chord. And there's people who will not write a slash chord. I'm just like, write the slash chord, please. And yeah, slash chords. I'm very passionate about them. There will be a YouTube video about them. I just know it won't get any views, so I have to keep putting out the Dorco content until I'm monetized. Ooh, that's kind of a... And we're keeping this pretty loop based, so I'll work with that. Let's see. And I just want to make sure it fits. I think it fits the lo-fi vibes because lo-fi is all about weird major chords. I mean, that's the aesthetic. That was really going to sell it as the bass line. As I set it up there. I have an idea. I still want to stay in the style, but maybe like a... Yeah, so that was actually the saddest thing, because I actually switched from Cubase to Logic, because I was just trying it out for like a good 4 months there, and I was like, wow, this piano roll view is just, whew. It's just so flexible, and also, like, look at this. I think you can do this in Finale now, sorry, not Logic, but you used to not be able to, is you can make, like, smooth curves. That's something you used to not be able to do. I'm sure you can do it now. But Logic is great. but I'm a Cubase boy. I do like 3. I have an idea. 2, 3, 4. Too busy. That's what I want. Let's try this. Get those turned down to the right level. Okay, let's start with that. And I have no problem just reusing this because it's background music. I'll say I'm hearing it pretty clearly, but I don't trust the YouTube live stream compression to be doing it justice. But that doesn't mean I'm not going to fix it, because this is actually a cool technique if you think about mixing. So certain devices and certain streaming platforms, or situations I should say, will roll off the bass. You won't be able to hear them. What if someone is listening to their music through, like, I don't know, crappy headphones? They got on Amazon for like $30 and they're like, yes, this is what I'm going to listen to my music through. Well, if you make a mix that has such low bass that the majority of users who are buying those $30 headphones can't hear it, it means I'm doing something wrong on the mix side. So what I will actually do with this bass line is I will take it, I will duplicate it, and I will double it up an octave, but like really faintly. And it'll just help it pop out through the texture without making it sound like it's any higher than it is. So this is where my shaker will actually enter. I don't like it over here. I don't like that pattern. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, saturation too. Add harmonics. And then another example of that is mixes. If you think about the instruments we're working with, tend to be pretty mid-heavy. So oftentimes, specifically if it's not like acoustic music, like live big band, if it has any electronic elements, I'll take some element or maybe even add like a light pad and just throw it up into like the like trumpet high C range and just add that little boost into the treble without messing up the integrity of my sounds, because I don't want to just EQ and add random frequencies that are like too high. You actually want to think about like the preservation of the sounds, but also like delivering the frequencies that the audience wants to hear. Things that are too mid-heavy, except in this genre, are too mid-heavy. This genre, mids are great. Okay, I think I have a good pattern. 3, 4. Nice and light. Don't like the auto pan. And feel like I need to reverb the crap out of this. Let's find the most comical one I could possibly pick. Or maybe even, let's try reversing it. Why not? I think that adds a little depth. Just super light background texture. Now I want to play with my clav. I like the ending of that I have there. I just want to get into it better. Maybe like a... Ooh, okay, that. Okay, that's in the right realm. Too much syncopation. Let's start recording this. I can play that better. Super light, simple melody that won't get in the way of talking because this is background music. I like it. I need a simple roll. Sorry, actually, no, yeah. I could use a trap riser. So one thing I'd like to do is add these like transition symbols. I think they're pretty fun. Symbol, search. Making sure you're not hearing any of these because they're really obnoxious. So, Cubase trick. If you hold Control while right-clicking a clip, it brings up this context menu for either MIDI or audio tracks, just in case you didn't know that. Because if you normally right-click them, it just gives you the toolbar, right? So Control or Command right-click gives you this. And then under processes, there's all these different audio processes. I'm just going to reverse. There is... There. And we'll have that start right there. Yep. I mean, just to give you other examples of things that are in here, because this is pretty much the most important way to work with clips, is you have to be able to use all this. Honestly, I bet most people don't know that, and they're probably jumping up here and using all these menus. Ooh, okay, that's actually like really satisfying. I'm looking for a bass drop now. Just a little. Yeah, here's the one. I love to use this one. I use it in all my stuff over and over and over again. It gets old, but it's cool. I'm a fan. I'm going to add a tiny bit of a drum fill. And we'll give this bass drop some echo. might actually even retime it. Oh no, that was good. Okay. And I won't make it the full mix of that. I lied. I'm going to make it the full mix. I like the trail. Okay. Let's listen from like here to here, actually. So I'll have the piano recur here. I think that will be a good idea. That's like pretty cool though, right? All right. So now we're going to go back. I feel like my writing method is kind of convoluted. I feel like a lot of people do this. Is now that I wrote a random section in the middle, I'm going to go back and kind of get my beginning all the way up to there. And I think I'll put a fade in on the front. Here's a Cubase tip you will love. Yeah. I like how it's like, think about E flat really isn't that far away. Like if you think about modal barring, when then just making it a sus chord makes it constantly resolving to C9. Like pretty cool. E flat is great. I'll say, explain what you mean. I got a little confused. So the chord that it's landing on right there is actually a B flat minor 9 over, sorry, a B flat minor 7 over E flat. So it's like a big E flat sus7, which is, it's also kind of just D flat. Oh, it is actually just D flat. It's D flat with a B flat. It's like a D flat 6 over E flat. Wow, I forgot what I was gonna do. Oh, add a marker track. So if you're working in Cubase, marker tracks are your best friend because you can insert as many of them as you want. And I always insert one called export. And I set my export range of the song. Oh. Yeah, so the D flat is right. The only reason I call it a B flat, well, it has a B flat in there. I like to call it a B flat minor 7 over E flat because jazz players like to speak 7 chords, and then that's simple to them. And then just throwing it over a slash. Basically, and also any stereotypical sus chord, if you want to access a sus 6, build a minor 7 off of the second scale degree. If you want to build a sus 7, build a minor 7th build off of the 5th. So watch this. So I imported this marker track, and I'm just setting the whole range of the song here for my export range. So that means when you go to actually export your song, down here under export range, instead of clicking locators, which is these things, you can click cycle markers and select that, and it's correlated to whatever marker track you have selected, and it's selected to this range. So now, every time you go to export something, it exports the same range every time, and you never have to set your export range. And it's especially useful for me if you do like work with audio and film, because if you want to do a revision of that audio that still syncs to that video, you'd have to have the same export range every time, and you can do that in Cubase. Yeah, right. That's actually one thing about Pro Tools that I hate about Pro Tools is their marker system sucks compared to Cubase. Now, I'll say I'm actually using Nuendo because I do ADR and sound effects too, but all of these features are the same. I'm really happy with this. Cool. Progress is being made. So, Nuendo, the difference between Nuendo and Cubase, you're probably familiar, is Nuendo is like for audio post-production. So it's basically Cubase with added audio post-production features like noise removal, dialogue processing, ADR, tools for like displays on secondary screens and like remote connections. And I do enough post-production audio that I need it. So, because post-production is where the money's at, by the way. Let's keep working on this section now. We'll just repeat it. It's like Adobe Audition, except I think the way you work with like the timeline and the tracks is just way more intuitive. So Adobe Audition is more like Wavelab, which I also have. Wavelab is an audio editor and audio like master processor, meaning you're working with like one or two tracks at a time, whereas Nuendo is like a Pro Tools rival where you're working with like 512 tracks on a film, because I just wrapped up a feature film in Pittsburgh and indie feature film, and it was like 1,000 tracks. It's crazy. So yeah, your comparison Wavelab is your Adobe Audition. So I want some kind of like arpeggio under that. I think it would be really cool. All right, ARPs. Crank this volume down so it's not deafening. Well, that's not an ARP, but I kind of like that sound. Wait, quick detour. Like if I tamed it. Does that scare you? I'm probably gonna put it away, but we love the more filter. I like that sound, not for this song, but I will come back to it. Yeah, that. If you go under the modulation and filters in your, these are all default Cubase effects, by the way. There's some cool stuff. All right, I said ARP. We will do the ARP. No. There's one I really like. I'll probably just end up using it. That might be really appropriate. That's not the one I'm looking for. Oh, it didn't stop. It didn't stop. Why didn't it stop? Latch. There we go. I think we can work with this, but I need to also not it sounds a little too triangle-y. I'm just trying to change some waveforms, see what I get. No, let's reset it. Cutoff is getting me there. The cutoff and resonance filter. But no latch. Might. Okay, let's try this. All right, I'm going to figure out. I have an idea for this. I'm going to have it fading in and out just to add a little movement. I think I just like the F. Let's jump in here. Alright. And we'll match velocities for this. I'll add some automation. Like this. Give it some curves because we like curves. And I'll copy this. Cool. Now I need to make it a little more ambient. Ooh. It's just full on reverb. That's okay. We'll put down my overall output. Yeah, don't need the compressor. I'm glad. I've been using Cubase so long now. I'm realizing I got it version 9.5, and actually, before that, I used to use, and I'm not that old, by the way. So, like, when I say a long time, I've been using it since probably 9th grade, which means I've been using it for 9 or 10 years. Yeah. I've been using Cubase for 9, 10 years. But when I was a kid, my dad used to use Sonar Cakewalk. So I grew up on Sonar Cakewalk. And I've been using, literally since I was like 6 years old. I love DAWs. I love them. And they're super cool. And, well, when it got discontinued, I was like, by the time I was in high school, I was like, wow, I need like something I can actually use. I should take this seriously. So I got Cubase. Oh, that's so cool, actually. I'm a music industry major, and I was just studying like early DAWs and stuff for my early music production class, so we can understand the history of it. And we're talking about eMagic. I enjoy this, and I'm going to make this one go to an E. So I'm actually going to double that now with this piano up here. Not that one. Oh, wait. Yeah, that one. That's supposed to fade in. I'm noticing it's clipping when it's sending to my mix. Should fix it. Fading in and out. Okay, let's add that fade in and out. Yeah. Cakewalk. I used it Cakewalk all the way up until BandLab bought it. And I think the last version I owned was like Sonar X3. Or no, Sonar Platinum. That's what I owned. I had Sonar Platinum was the last version before it was given up. Because I'm pretty sure Gibson bought it. I loved it too. I wasn't a professional yet, obviously, though. I was just a child. A stupid child who didn't know better. I'm proud of being a geek, alright? Being a geek has been opened me up to so many techie side hustles. It's great. My dad calls me a geek. He's also a geek, so it works. Let's see what this, if I can make this fade in and out. I'll actually just steal these curves. Do And I'll delay this one. We're over here. And I'll get rid of that one. So this might sound good, might sound stupid. I don't know yet. A little too hot. It's because that is supposed to be a D flat. That would definitely help. No, I'm not going to try to harmonize it. It sounds stupid. We'll just double. And out. And then I'm going to add some, like, with that one instrument I have in there, some splashy chord hits. That sounds nice. Very cool. All right. Nice. And here, is this the pad I'm talking about? Yeah, okay. This one, I like the way I can do like... Put it way up. It's got a little crunch in there. It's like kind of cool. Okay, something like that. Two, three, four, one. And then we'll put an answer right there. I don't need to do that line again. That one's stupid. I know. I don't want to call it smooth jazz, but it's like, it is. I don't want that taboo associated with me. Let's try that one. Almost. I have to play it right. Ooh. That's like pretty cool though. Okay. Bounce that, repeat that. We're going to add an element that only occurs the second time. That is, I just had a professor that was like, smooth jazz. Now I can't think about it. I like the vibes though. I feel like this chord was a little hot. Okay. I'll have those chord splashes only happen the second time. can also make that have been played better, like a. Yeah, a little more arpeggio-ish, arpeggio-esque. Nice. All right, let's figure out how to keep. Let's actually listen and reflect. All right. I'm very happy with this. I want some like backbeat ride cymbal here, just a straight up acoustic ride. I'm just straight up gonna find one. I'll actually call this drum set. Okay. I think that's the sound I'm looking for. So like a. I might even be a little too hard on the articulation. I would say more subtle. That's a cool kit though. I should use that more often. Yeah, those are the same. Let's try. No, not that. That kit sounds good. Not what I'm looking for. What about pop? Oh, that's terrible. I feel like this is my best option. Let's try it out. If I have access to a brushless hit, that's definitely what I'm looking for. Pitching them up. Pitch it up. I think I might. I'll put a hold on that, and I'm going to check out some samples here. Here's a pretty good sounding one. I might even want like loose cymbal work. Ooh, here's a really, really light one. That's a pretty cool one. Just adds a little bit, just a little bit. I'm going to stereo spread the heck out of it. Well, I need to see the balance. I feel like it's really far. Yeah, it is. So what I'm going to do is I just want a little more center. There we go. I'm happy with that. Then I need to put a light little thing there. Okay. I think I have a little more. Cool. And then my melody can peak a little more. Let's just stick out. There we go. Figure out how to get back into the verse. Okay, so I didn't bounce the ride. This is another Cubase thing. If you have Cubase Pro, it comes with all these like loops and samples, and a lot of them are actually like pretty useful occasionally. So if you go to the media tab, I just searched for a ride, and it brought up all the different ride samples I have access to. And I picked one. And yeah, that's if you did want to render something, if you do the control right click, you can render in place, and it'll automatically make that file for you. Just like that. So we're going to do something different at this point. I'm in the wrong octave. It's an A flat 7. Maybe it's a hard 2, 3. Maybe I'm feeling more. Oh no, I don't think that was it. some more context. This is from our E flat. Let's see. What if I go to F minor? Nope. Maybe just D flat major. I think that might be it. Do like a loose pause thing there. We'll sharp 11 it. Definitely goes to D flat. Metronome on. It's almost maybe like a I like the idea of going somewhere pretty cool though. That's kind of cool. Maybe like a I don't want to get too far out. We'll add like a little hit thing there. We'll put a fade out on that. right. Feel that. I want to see how comfortably it will just like, because I just need it to not be too much. Just need to loop. Nice background video music. Let's see how the bridge fits back into the verse, and then we'll still add some things to make it unique because I don't want it to just purely repeat. Put something there to fill that, like let's see. Yeah, and I had to put the hear that. I can play that more in time. I don't even have it selected. Wow, I can't play eighth notes. Tempted to just quantize them. Yeah, okay. I'm going to take advantage of this instrument. Oh yeah, it's coming along. I'm going to make a whole another version of this track just so I can put a G there that hangs over. I call it swells. And I would swell all the way higher. fills that in really nicely, I think. So that one note is awkwardly the that'll sound great for videos. I'll do some more things. I think I'll do them tomorrow. This is a fun stream. Thank you for watching, hanging out, and enjoying it. I have to get up at 5 a.m. and right now it's midnight. So tomorrow I have a video coming out at 11 a.m. and it's just going over some of the common features and key commands, and also talks about voices, how they work in Dorico, and to supercharge your note input. I think you'll enjoy it. I had fun making it. I've been improving the quality of all my videos. They're much, much better than they were before. So thank you for supporting me. Seriously appreciate it. I'll be live streaming again, so make sure you check it out. If you click the bell thing, you'll get notifications when I stream. We can all hang out. I'm going to start actually advertising my stream so we can have like a whole group thing. It'd be really fun. All right. Thank you and good night.